Well, I'm back at my friend's house and I'm going to replace a smoke alarm. Here's an existing smoke alarm, and there's only one smoke alarm in this entire house, and it's right here. It's hardwired to the system, so I got a new one that's hardwired, and it has a battery backup, a 10-year lithium battery backup. And I'm going to go ahead and install some in the bedrooms. Each bedroom does not have anything. There's no smoke alarms or anything in this house. Okay? And they have those at the store, just battery operated ones with a backup 10-year lithium battery. So I'm going to put one here in this bedroom, another bedroom here to do, one bedroom here to do, and the master bedroom. Those are all battery backups. And then I'm putting a different one up here. And I think what I'm doing here, I forget, but I'm pretty sure this one, I've got a smoke alarm as well as carbon monoxide detector. And I'll just have to see what I got. I went to the store and got all this stuff. Now I forget. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, this one here is a combination, and it's hardwired, and it also detects smoke and carbon monoxide. So this is the one that's going to go up in the hallway right here. Okay. Now there's different smoke alarms. You don't have to get the kitty, but what I made sure was it was hardwired. This little wire nut, and see it says hardwire right there, and then it also says 120 volt hardwired, and this one's a combination, detects smoke and carbon monoxide. So I'm going to put this one up in the hallway, up by the bedrooms, because they have gas appliances downstairs. If anything ever leaks, it comes up the stairs, you're not going to smell it or anything, and this is going to detect that, and the alarm's going to go off. Okay, and then down by the kitchen, there's nothing down there, and I'm gonna put this one here. This one detects carbon monoxide as well. And this, see this here? Never replace battery lasts 10 years. This one here is a lithium battery, and this detects smoke right here, and it also detects carbon monoxide. You've got to have one. See here, 10-year life, smoke and CO alarm. And you need to have something like that down by the kitchen, not in the kitchen, but in a room outside the kitchen. That's what is required, okay? And you'll sleep way better at night knowing that you've done all the best you can do. Now see, these are just battery backups, and this is smoke alarm only, 10-year, never needs replacement on the battery. And it also gives you some little plastic anchors here and a screw and stuff. You just poke holes into the ceiling and screw it up there, and that's all that you need. Those are going to go in all the bedrooms. Okay. Now some houses are hardwired all of the units. The only way to really know is you remove one of your existing ones and see if you got some wire nuts on it or anything like that. Then that would mean it's hardwired. Okay. Check it out before you go to the store. Now I'm ready to install the smoke alarm and the carbon monoxide one in by the kitchen. Now this thing said for kitchen, but it's important to realize you don't want it in the kitchen area per se. Like in this room, see, here's the dinette area and here's the kitchen. If you have a gas stove or anything gas in here, that's when you need the carbon monoxide one, but you don't want it in the same room, because if you're cooking, you don't want, for some reason, for this smoke alarm to go off, you know, the carbon monoxide one. Okay, so I'm going to put it right here in this hallway, and this time, I don't know, I might bring it out 20 inches away from the door, or 24 inches or something. Well, we'll see. There's a fire sprinkler right there too, so I'm going to have it in front of that. And this one's got a slightly different install. See, here's the installation bracket. That's it. And it came with a big screw like this. You can screw that right up into the sheetrock, or they give you the plastic anchors and screws for the 3 little screws. And then see on the back, on this particular one, that's just going to twizzle on there. And this one happened to have date of install and replace by. Okay, so I filled that in. Okay, and pretty much we're going to now do it just like the other ones I showed you. Okay, you can do it. Word to the wise, if you put this in, I tried that first and it got loose because there's only so tight you can put this, and then when I screwed the smoke alarm up there, it kept spinning and this spun into the sheetrock a little bit. Then it felt like it got loose, so I took this out and I put in the 3 other screws. I'm just going to chuck this, and I've already tested this. All I had to do was press the button, and this one, it went through 2 cycles, okay, because this was the smoke. Wow, my light's not, it doesn't seem to be clear here because of that other lights there. Let me turn that off. Okay, that smoke alarm, it beeped 2 different variations because that was smoke and carbon monoxide, and I know I got that one. Now all I have to do is do the one upstairs, and before I do that, I want to shut the power off because it's hardwired to the system. Remember, I pulled that down before and I saw that there was wires up there and stuff, and that's hooked up to the electrical system. The last thing you want to do is, I mean, you could take that off and wire it hot. I don't generally like to do that. I like to find the actual breaker, and if you look real close, hopefully, yeah, you should see the green light. Then you can have somebody stand here and then start flipping breakers, and it will either be a 15 amp breaker or a 20 amp breaker, and usually they're not written on there for which circuit the smoke alarms are on. It'll probably be, it'll say lights or plugs or something like that, and then you just keep flipping breakers. So I've got to get the owner, Michelle, I got to get her on a cell phone, and then I'm going to go out and start flipping breakers. She's going to tell me which one it is. Once I turn it off, then I can safely remove that and install the new one. Okay, now let's say that you hit a ceiling joist up there on one of these screws or both of the screws. Now you won't be able to use your plastic anchors because the plastic anchor will go up and hit it. You don't want to like cut the plastic anchor off and then put the screw in there. You don't really need to do that. Just get some longer screws and screw it right up to the wood ceiling joist. You know, if you hit one side, let's say. Okay, so you know, if they would have, so you can't just put the screw in. You can't just put the screw in and think you're going to hit the joist, because you're only going to get a little bit of it. The sheetrock is going to be 1/2 inch to 5/8, and then you only have the last little bit to go in there. So these screws, chances are not going to hold that. So you would have to run to the store, or if you have some extra screws around, put those in instead. Okay, be ready for your project. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.